in the way, and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared.
He said, behold, I sent an angel. That means he's sending something special to me and you. Behold, I sent an angel. Okay, read on. What it said?
Um,
Don't get
to,
scared, brother. It's heavy.
I sent an angel before thee to keep thee in the way,
I sent an angel to keep thee in the way. Come on.
and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared.
Now, this what God's saying. I'm sending an angel. I want you to listen to him because I'm sending to a place that is already set up for you. You can't go fix it. It's already there. But if you blink an eye or look off, you're gonna miss. Because you can't be in materialistic. You can't be politically. You got to stay listening. Now, when I say angel, I'm talking about what do the angels thrive on? What do the angels do? The angel control the elements: water, wind, fire, and earth, and us. That's their job. Okay, they are the voice of God. Okay, and sometimes God appear through the angels. You know that, did you? Read on.
Beware of him, and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions.
Now, you cannot invoke him. That means be hard, not. What's wrong now? We are not listening to God. What you the God within us have the power to master evil, but he said, listen to him, because he would not do what?
He will not pardon your transgressions.
Now, transgression means the sins, what we done did. If you don't listen to him, you ain't gonna get no breakthrough. Okay? I don't care. See, we put value on cars, homes, and stuff. God put value on your self-worth. So when you're a God, the God in you make you strong enough to look over the time to see. Now we be able to read on.
Beware of him and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions. For my name is in him.
Said now, he just said it. My name is in him. What that mean? That's God. Well, if your daddy said, Jerry, go to the store and tell him what I want, you are the image of your daddy. So when you speak, your daddy, hello, the energy. Your DNA is your daddy DNA. When I did the Father's Day, I said my dad ain't dead, he lied. Your dad ain't dead because your DNA is in him. Okay? Okay. So God said, I'm in him. So when you listen and obey him, you're obeying me. I'm making you cognitive to the fact that I am God. Is that right?
Right.
Okay, read on. Now this heavy. It's getting heavy. Because now the reason he had to do that, man had gone like they do, they're going their own way. See, this virus had to come in order to make people stop and listen. Okay? And the angels. Now I looked yesterday, I seen 3 angels. And I had Mother Egypt over sitting in my yard. I read on the yard. And I see them angels. She said, oh, Bishop, that's an angel. I said, see it? She looked at it. I was just finna go away. She went away. There go a dragon. She seen the dragon. What do that mean? I explained it to her. So you got to understand the elements change. If you don't catch it, you'll miss it. See? And you got to understand years of sin have got us where we at now. And it's so deep that it started back when you first said, I'm going to tell you how it started. Okay, read on.
For mine angel shall go before thee and bring thee into the Amorites and Hittites and the Perizzites and the Canaanites, the Hivites and the Jebusites, and I will cut them off.
Now, what he's saying, my angel gonna go and fight for you, because some of them was working magic. These are the fallen angels he talking about. Done infiltrate the earth. That's what he's talking about. Now, get Revelation chapter 12, start at verse 1. We're going to go to 13. And then we're going to get off this angel thing. Okay? Now, what I'm saying, Jerry, this is what you got to understand happening. That we done lost our way because we got indoctrinated by the European. Okay? And he done went off and changed the whole scenario, but he can't change the heart and the soul. We are gods. And when we speak, things happen. I'm going to get to that. Okay? Because it's a long story, but it's telling you that you are the original man. Your color, our color, is the only color make everything. Red, green, blue, it come out of black. Black is the mastering color. Before it was Egypt, before it was Africa. So we going back past Africa. We finna go back past the Bible. Past the Bible. Okay? We going back to the creation. You going back to when you was a God. You still a God, but you don't know it. When had all the power, okay, I want to say this here. You was a part of the whole. Okay? We all was a part of the whole. Okay? But he lent some of us to be many gods. Okay? Now read. Revelation chapter 12, verse 1 through 13. It's getting heavy. Then I'm going to tell you about the giants and about how the evil come about. Now, look, you can't tell me nothing about Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, because they didn't exist. Okay? Ain't none of them did exist. What we talking about now. We ain't talking about what the Catholic Church set up, whoever wrote this. This wasn't there. Okay? I don't care. It ain't black, white. It's spiritual. It's men's and women's of God. Okay? So now, the Bible said Michael the angel, okay, and this is the angel that fought all evil all over the world. So when you get off into this hymn, God gonna tell me, Luke 6:30, don't tell me nothing about the Bible because the Bible didn't exist. There wasn't no Bible. Okay? And the teaching we got was handed down. How we learned in Africa was handed down. Okay? This what we're reading now was given by the knowledge and wisdom of God. Okay? And you can't talk about Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. They wasn't there. You can't talk about the Holy Bible. It wasn't there. See, they can't deceive that. Okay, read on. Now listen.
And there appeared a great wonder in heaven.
A great wonder in heaven. Come on.
A woman clothed with the sun.
A woman clothed with what? Her son?
No, with the sun.
With the sun.
And the moon.
Now hold it. That was the S-O-N or the S-U-N?
S-U-N.
Okay. Her son, that's a male. Come on.
No. A woman clothed with the sun, S-U-N.
Okay, that's now they call it the Amun Ra. We call it the sun. We call it the energy. Okay, read on.
Let me see. And the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
The crown of 12 stars. She wearing the crown. Now, that's the 12 archangels, the 12 spirits, the 12 patriarchs, okay? But the sun, the moon is under her feet.
Right.
And the crescent on her other feet. That means that she right. Don't the sun, when the sun set in the west and the sun rise from the east,
Yeah.
okay, it don't set in the south. It don't set in the north. It's east and west.
Right.
Okay, read on. Now this the woman. Now when we deal with the woman, let's deal with the spirit. Ain't nobody. We're dealing with the entity of God. You're dealing with all the seraphim. All that invisible got to be brought out through the mind. You can't get this by reading it. It got to come into your revelation knowledge. I would say that. It's going to come to you, and it's going to pick you up. It's going to let you know that you are special, let you know that you're something more than a car, than an earth. You reign over. It don't reign over you. You control everything that moves on this vibration, on this planet, on the universe. Okay, read on.
And she being with child cried.
Now, she being with child mean I want to say a new birth. Okay, that they showing you this woman that now evil is present. We're talking about evil present. He had to let you know here's when they come a new birth. Okay, and the negative energy want to destroy the positive energy. That's when you got negative and positive, okay? Negative and positive don't work, right?
Right.
Okay? Now, you got to have some ground. You got to be grounded. We're going back to science. Right there. Okay, read on.
And she being with child cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered.
Uh-huh.
And there appeared another wonder in heaven.
A wonder in heaven. A wonder.
And
okay.
Behold, a great red dragon.
Now, a great red dragon. Didn't I say that dragon is present? That dragon, you can call him devil. That's the negative energy to the positive energy. That's where that negative and positive come from. They ain't gonna let you. This was did over many years ago. For our ancestors to even come here, that was going on. See, the Bible wasn't there. It was telling you about the negative, the two atmospheres. You know, you got gravitation, right? What goes up must come down. Is that right?
Right.
That's the law of what? Gravitation. That's metaphysics, right?
Right.
That's chemistry, right? That's science, right?
Right.
Okay? That's biology, isn't right?
Could be.
Because all that feeding to read on.
A great red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Now, a red dragon got 7 heads and 10 horns. Each head represent a power and a nation. So it got 7 heads and 10 horns. How many heads it was? 7 heads.
Yeah.
Okay, and it had each head had what on it? How many horns?
Yeah, 10 horns.
10 horns on each head.
Yeah.
So how many horns there was?
That's 70.
70 horns. Okay. Now, what that let you know? That means it's 7 type of forces all over this all over the world. That each head, the 7 heads, represent the power of the dragon. Okay? Now read on. Now this is getting deep now.
And 7 crowns upon his heads.
And 7 crowns on his head. 7 heads, 7 crowns. That's 72 crowns, right?
Yeah.
Because you said it was 7 horns, right?
Yes. There's 10 horns, 7 heads, 10 horns,
7 heads,
and
10,
and 7 crowns on his head. So that's 49.
that's 49. All together is 49.
49 crowns.
Okay, 49 crowns with 7 heads.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, them crowns represent the energy, that power. Now, this way it's going to get deep. Read on.
And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven.
Now, this dragon covered the dark part that was trying to be dark. Now, read on.
And his tail drew the third part of the stars, the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth.
He cast them to the earth. He already threw them to the earth. Now, when he said cast them, he have already tainted them. They already tainted. Okay? That third is already tainted. He's already started the war in heaven. Okay? The war to fight us. Body, mind, soul, and spirit. Read on.
And he drew the third part of the stars of heaven and did cast them to the earth.
He cast them to the earth. To the earth means he gave them to the physical realm. All negativity was cast to the earth. Read on.
And the dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be delivered.
Uh-huh.
Or to devour her child as soon as
Now,
it was born.
now, what that dragon or devil wanted to do, he wanted to co-opt and take over. He wanted to control your body, mind, soul, and it's happening. You see, he wanted to do it there where the power of the Almighty, that he wanted to control it there and now. Okay? Because he wanted more power than God. Read on.
And she brought forth a man-child,
Okay.
who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron.
Now, he brought forth a man-child. What does that mean? Positive energy. You can't, when the men talking about they homosexual, that ain't God. Positive energy. God ain't made no mistake making homosexual. That's part of the dragon playbook. That ain't God playbook. Okay? So he made the dragon. Okay? The dragon wanted to say, I'm going to take this over. I'm going to run this. I'm talking in the talk that way you can understand it was more spiritual than that. Because you had different playbooks. Read on.
And she brought forth a man-child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up unto God and to his throne.
Was caught up unto God. What does that mean? That means that this was already special. You can't touch this. Okay? God had, see, the negative want to rule and destroy the new birth. The new birth, see, the dragon wants things to stay the same way. We're repeating that in a different way right now. Read on.
And she brought forth a man-child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. The child was caught up unto God and to his throne.
What verse you on?
5.
Okay, go on. Said that the child was caught up where?
Was caught up unto God and
Now,
to his throne.
The child was caught up. The child was being recharged by all the energy, the ancestors. See, I'm going to tell you, when they say God, I'm going to say the ancestors of the water, the wind, all the universe, it was a fight. The universe had to give charge to this entity, this new birth. And the old regime didn't want the new birth to come. The dragon, them, the evil force, didn't want it to come forth. Because if it hadn't come forth, we wouldn't have been here. Read on.
And the woman fled into the wilderness.
The woman had to flee.
Where she
Go ahead on.
where she had a place prepared of God.
God had a place prepared for her, so you go here and stay here. Okay. Now, the reason that happened, it was getting ready for a battle. Body, mind, soul, and spirit. The gods, that mean us. The gods were getting ready to fight the negative energy that had been see, the negative energy had a place in heaven. But because of the negative energy want to control, they had to kick him out. So in the battle, I don't want the baby to be hurt. I want you to go in the bunker. Go somewhere and stay in the desert till we call for you. Read on. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Come on.
And the woman fled into the wilderness where she had the place prepared of God that they should feed her there 1,260 days.
Go ahead on them years. Go ahead on.
And there was a war in heaven.
Now we get into the battle. God had cared the woman and put the spirit energy. Everything got life. The trees, the water, everything got life. So we look at life as man and woman. But the trees got life. The rocks got life. So the desert got life. The earth opened up, got life. Okay? Now, we got the woman with the baby, with the new birth secured. Now we getting ready to face the dark, the evil. Okay? The dragon. Now the name finna come up. Read.
And there was a war in heaven.
That was a war in heaven. Now, hold it. War in heaven mean that was a war in the elements. Okay? Now, God had created the earth. The earth created, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But here's a war up in the elements. So God is getting ready to fight the dragon. Read on.
Michael and his angels fought against the dragon.
Michael and his angels. Michael mean God. Okay? The word Michael mean God. So God and the angels fought the dragon. Okay? Now that was a metaphysical fight. That was a physical fight. That was a spiritual fight. That was an economic fight. It's all the fighting that you said fight. You got to look at the fight. Read on.
Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels.
The dragon, which is Satan, which is the dark energy, which is the negative, fought back. They wanted to control and keep the old regime. Okay? Like you got a new car, they got a brand new car that come out, and your wife said, well, I don't want to get rid of that old car. You said, no, there's a brand new car. I'm getting a brand new car. So Satan, the dragon, Lucifer, whatever you want to call him, the fallen one, he didn't want to leave. Okay? Now read on.
And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven.
Now, the dragon was kicked out. Now, what that mean? That means there wasn't no place for him. First, he had a place there, right? They say ain't no place there for him. Ain't no more place for him, right?
Right.
That means he had a place there. Do that mean that? Ain't that what that mean?
Yeah.
That he had some place there. And I ain't talking about angel. I'm talking about a spirit of energy that's supposed to be a part of God, but he broke away. Okay? So God say ain't no place for you. So the battle was on. Read on.
Where am I at here?
You at the battle.
And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. That's what he said.
Go
And
on.
the great dragon was cast out.
Now hold it, stop. What did it say? The great dragon. He wasn't no any dragon. He was the great dragon. Couldn't know anybody deal with him. Okay? Because he had power. He didn't have all power, but he had power. So the great dragon, listen to what it said. The great dragon was kicked out because the gods, let me say that, the gods, we the gods, when God speak, everything got to obey. So what's wrong with man on the earth? He don't know he God. See, he don't know that what all we got in us, when we, how you think we build things? Because we are creators. Okay, read on. He was kicked out. The great dragon was kicked out.
That old serpent called the devil. And Satan.
The devil, the Satan,
which deceiveth the whole world, was cast out
into
the earth.
Deceived the whole universe, the whole world. Okay?
Which deceiveth the whole world. Was cast out into the earth.
He was cast out into the earth. Now hold it. That's the one with the 7 heads. That's the one with the 7 crowns. That's the one cast out now.
Right.
He wasn't no sissy now. He know all the inner workings of heaven. Because he wanted to take over. It was a war in the heaven that, like on a ship, is a takeover. Okay? So he was kicked out. Read on.
And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and truth.
Now is come salvation, come the truth. We have to get rid of the lie. Now here comes salvation. Read on.
And the kingdom of God and the power of his Christ.
The kingdom of God and the power is given back to us. Okay? Because Satan, the dragon, and his angels was taking that. That's what the fight was about. Who's going to rule us? Who's going to rule the universe? Who's going to rule the earth? Read on.
For the accuser of our brethren is cast down. Which accused them before our God day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb.
They overcome him by the blood of the Lamb. What that mean? By the truth of the ancestors. You have to flip it on. Go read on.
And by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death.
Now, the key word is testimony. Once you testify something, once you acknowledge, that's a testimony. And what's wrong with America? We ain't testified to the sins that we done. Not us, mankind. Read on.
Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Now, the devil fall down to earth, got great power, but his wing, all the angel wings been clipped. They can't come back to the earth realm. They can't come back to the earth, to the heavenly realm. They are bound to the earth realm. Now, I want to say this here. Michael, let me start. Gabriel is the angel of January. February is Bobbiel. March is Michael. April Asmodeo. May Angel. June Muriel. July Versiel. August Hamiel. October Bobbiel. November Angel. December Hamiel. Sinclair. Samson. Uriel. Now, get Revelation 7. Now, we're going to talk about these angels now.
Okay.
Read the first verse.
And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth.
After these things, I saw 4 angels standing on 4 corners. Let me tell you what them angels were doing. That was Michael. That was Gabriel. Where the fallen angel cannot come back to the heavenly realm. Okay? Because they fall out. Now, in African term, these are the 4 God, these are the gatekeepers. Okay? See, they named them angels, but they were gatekeepers. Where the demon spirit could not come back to the heavenly realm. These are gods that set up the keep where, because if your wing been clipped, you can't fly to that certain level. So a dome was put over the earth. I know you ain't heard that. A dome was put over the earth. Okay? It's 4 angels, east, west, north, and south. So angels control the east, west, north, and south, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what that said. Read on.
And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east.
There's another angel coming from the east. Now, the angel from the east got the power of God. Now, that's Michael. Read on.
Having the seal of the living God.
The seal of the living God. Now what that really means, I got the authority to destroy or let live. Okay, read on.
And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea.
So the 4 angels ready to destroy. They're going to destroy the fallen angels. And when they get down there, they become demons. Okay? They are the fallen angels. Okay, they become demons. They have refused to follow the order of God. They become demons. Somebody said they're the sons of God. But they can repent if they want to. Now get Revelation 12, verse 7. Michael and his angel fought the dragon. That's what it said.
Yeah.
Okay, we got that. Yeah, in the war and heaven. Now, go to Psalms 107. Psalms 107. See, the angels, that the fallen angels, what made them, they had to be destroyed. See, when God, you got that?
Yeah.
What it said?
Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endureth forever. Let the redeemed of the Lord say so, whom he hath redeemed from the hand of the enemy.
He had redeemed from the hand of the enemy. Who's the enemy? The fallen angels. And then he redeemed us from the fallen angels. Those on earth. We've been redeemed from them. Okay, read on.
Let the redeemed of the Lord say so, for he hath been redeemed from the hand of the enemy.
Let the redeemed say so. You got to know that you've been redeemed from sickness, from anything. See, all this other stuff is the plague of the fallen angels. Sickness, cancer, all that is the plague of the evil one. That's where that come from. That didn't come from God. See, we're God, and we got to speak to it. When you speak to it, it's going to disappear. But you got to live that life to know you are anointed man or woman. If you're a man, you're God. If you're a woman, you're a goddess. And you can speak, it'll go away. I don't know what the doctor said. But as you, and then God, the Spirit will give you the knowledge to heal whatever need to be healed. That means the angel Raphael is the healing angel. He have the knowledge of every kind of plague that have faced this earth through generation. Read on.
And gathered out of the lands from the east and from the west and from the north and from the south. They wandered in the wilderness in a solitary way. They found no city to dwell in.
Now, that's them fallen angels. Now, them angels got together, the fallen demons. They started having sex with women's, with earth women's. And because they're demons now, they've been kicked out. Okay? They started having sex with men, with women. Out of the relationship come giants, retarded. Okay? Now, this is what you got to understand. This is what people don't understand. The angels had sex with humans. And the birth the woman's give was giants. Okay? And you know all them women they had sex with, they died. After they gave birth from them angels, they died. The women that gave birth, they died. So the giants had become an army of giants living in caves because they were demons. Now, this what you got to understand. When the giants were 7, 8 feet tall, or they moved stones, everything, they was giants. It was a whole colony of them. Now, they took over the earth. They took over the earth. The giants did. Okay? But still, God was still in control. The Michael, right with the angels, no, see, the giants is the children of the angels. Okay? Well, what happened to the angels? Once the angels gave birth and mate with the women, they become demons. Okay? They know they can't get back to heaven. Now, in the Bible, is where Jesus, God called a meeting. All the sons of God came before him. I think that's in Ezekiel. Get Ezekiel 1. Ezekiel chapter 1, first 3 verse, Ezekiel 1, verse 2 and 3. Where God and all the angels, all of them came before him. Ezekiel chapter 1. What I'm saying, what you're looking for, the angels, God, all the sons of God came before him. The good angels and the fallen angels. Because God, being God, called a meeting. Okay? And now, Moses wasn't there. Abraham wasn't. The Bible wasn't even existing now. There was no Bible. Okay? There was no Bible. There was no Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John then. There was none of that. This dealing with the beginning of the universe, and the people got this through revelation knowledge. You
Bishop,
sit down and
I have a piece in here that said that the fallen angels had to drink the blood of a human.
yeah, they drank the blood of the human, mean that they mingle them. What you think sex do? That's blood. The angels begin to be, after they have sex, the women have birth, the women die. And the giants ate so much and so thirsty they took blood and eat meat. Not the meat. They was eating animals. They was eating that where that meat stuff come from. Okay. Now read on. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Read it.
Now it came to pass in the 30th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives of the river of Jabar, that the heavens were opened, and I saw visions of God.
Visions of God. Visions of God. Come on.
In the 5th day of the month, which was the 5th year of King Jochanan's captivity, the word of the Lord came expressly unto Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans, by the river Chebar, and the hand of the Lord was there upon him. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire.
Uh-huh. You know what that was, don't you?
No.
That was the whirlwind, was them fallen angels. They could do magic. Now, I want that was Ezekiel chapter 1, right?
Right.
Get Job chapter 1. I thought that was Ezekiel where the sons of God came before me. I have to find it though, but that's where the sons of God came. God, the sons of God, the sons of man came before God. The son of God, the sons of God came.
That's in Job.
Yeah, Job.
Now there was a day when the sons of God came.
Yeah, that's Job. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, read that.
But I can start back up here. Let me start at 3. His substance was 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, 500 she asses. A very great household. Okay, there we go. And the sons went and feasted in the houses, everyone his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. And it was so, when the days of the feasting were gone, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all.
Well, he blessed them.
And it says here, now there was a day when the sons of God came
Now, that was the day when sons of God, read that, yeah.
Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also among them.
Now, let me help you out. When God, now let me explain that. The angels had been kicked out of heaven, and Satan had a third with him. Okay? Now, he didn't ask him to go, he just, with his tail, pulled him with him. Okay? Now, when God called the sons of God come before him, the angels is sons of God. You know that, don't you? Okay? Now, at this particular meeting, God was giving them a chance to come on back. Them that wanted to come back. Now, you're going to see as you read it. Them that want to come back, it was some angels fell, they come back to be with God. And some stayed with Satan. And Satan was there because he was the son of God, and all the fallen angels were son of God. But it's just like your children want to take your house up and you put them out. And you call a meeting and say, now, what do y'all want to do? Y'all want to obey daddy or y'all want to go out on your own? That's what this meeting was about. Read on.
Where we at? Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it.
Now, what Satan was saying, we going up and down in the earth to see who we can divide. We going to get, we having the women's, and they had, this is where bestiality come from. Them angels was having sex with animals and eating them. See, that's where all this come from. These are them spirits. See? And eating flesh, drinking blood, that's the spirit. And the angels, the third of the angels had a chance that wanted to come back. They could have come back at that meeting because their wings had been clipped. They couldn't fly to the earth. They couldn't fly to the heavenly realm. He said, where you going? Through and forth. He never did say, I'm flying up to heaven and back. I'm flying on earth. Their whole range was earth. Anywhere in the world they could go, but they couldn't go to the heavenly realm.
They said that it may be some truth to the folk tales about Dracula, them drinking blood.
Yeah.
If you go back and look at that, that's where that came from.
That's where that come from. That's that spirit. See, or that drinking that blood, eating flesh. See, the Christian took the communion, and that was a blood drinking and a blood eating situation. It was never about you going beyond the Bible. See, you going past the Bible. The Bible wasn't existing yet. This is stuff that was given by prophets of God that was closed. Read on.
Okay. And then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and forth in the earth, and from walking up and down it.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant
Job.
Job.
Now what God was saying is bigger than Job. God said, if you consider Job was just a prayer of faith. Have you considered the people in the world that I'm over? Okay? It wasn't really about Job, it was about the human that was on earth. The devil had already had sex with women, had Jan, already got, and the residue, let me tell you, the residue from what they was doing was sexuality, bestiality, drinking blood, and it had a power. See, all of it had power. Okay? All of it had power. Get Matthew chapter 4 and the verse and the 3 verses. Matthew chapter 4. Go to 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now listen to this.
Matthew 14.
Now chapter 4, started verse 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay. Then was Jesus led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil.
Uh-huh.
And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungry. And when the tempter came to him, he said, If thou be the Son of God, command that these stones.
Now, when you talk about Jesus, you talk about mankind. You talking about humans being tempted by the devil, and Jesus was the go-to to give us to understand what the devil had. The devil had all knowledge. the devil is just old as God. You know what I'm talking about? But the devil thought he could fool Jesus, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He said, if you be the Son of God, okay? That's what the devil said.
Command these stones to be made bread.
Now, what the devil's saying, if you be the Son, that's a trick question. If you be the Son of God, okay? So the devil know that we are the sons and daughters of God. See, but he was going along with the trick. If you be the Son of God, I want to see some magic. Okay, read on.
But he answered and said, it is written, man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
Now, what Jesus said, you can't, we cannot, I mean, what he's saying, turn nothing into nothing because the word, what's been established up in heaven, the word of God, whatever God said, that's what I'm going to do. So the devil had a trick, and he tricked us. That's the same trick that Jesus represents us. We being tricked right now. Read on.
Let's see. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. Then the devil taking him up into the holy city and setting him on a pinnacle of the temple, and said something here, if there be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, he shall give angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone.
Now, let me tell you, the devil is a master angel, a great dragon. Didn't they say that? So he know the working of the angels. He know, because he was there. He said, now, if you do this, the angel going to take you up. See the trick he playing? And that's the same trick he play on us. Homosexual said, I got to have a woman. And that means I got to have me, and I need to get drunk. I need to take dope. It's the same type, and those different things got power. They got energy. And they infiltrate your mind. I can't get well. I'm sick. Don't nobody love me. I'm going to kill myself. Those are the power that the dragon got, the physical power. They don't have the spiritual power. They got what you see. That's what the dragon got. He'll paint you a good picture, but if you stay with it, it's going to disappear. So that's what we getting caught up in. Read on.
Jesus said unto him, it is written, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. Again, the devil taking him up unto an exceeding high mountain.
The devil carried him a little bit higher.
A little bit high, and show him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and says unto him, all these things I will give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Now,
what did the devil say? Worship me. Now, what the devil was saying, I will give you all of this. Now, you said, the devil got power. The devil said, I will give you my power. The devil was saying to us, I give you the power. When you talk about them 7 heads, them 7 crowns, that's what he was trying to give Jesus, but we already had it. We over that. I can master you in heaven. I'm going to master you on earth. Okay? Because now, you know who Jesus was? That baby that was in the desert. You remember the baby in the desert? That's the baby that come forth. That's the energy. That's the new energy. That's the new power got people. So you don't understand. That's the baby that gave birth to, was hid in the desert. Now the baby's out. So you're telling the baby, I will give you all of this if you serve me. But the baby already know that what you got, I own all that and you. How deep this is? This is some deep stuff. Now he said, now the other part is deep, where I say, if you just worship me, it's all about you and me. It's about us bound to a lower force. If it's drinking, if it's dope, if it's sickness, if it's cancer, high blood, we got to say, we greater than this, than cancer, than cataract. We greater than that. And when you focus on the greater, it's going to disappear. Okay, what the doctor said, how much of surgery. If you stay into your lane and into the part, I'm God, and I speak to stuff like that. I'm God, I speak to that. Get away from me. High blood, cancer, tumor. I speak to that because I got power over it. See, when you got the power over something, you can speak to it, it's going to disappear. But the devil, that spirit, wants you to bow to it. Oh, I'm sick. Oh, I got to see a doctor. I can't get well. But when you put your energy together, the wind, the water, everything that in the universe be a part of you. See, when you begin to understand, he going to flee. Read on what it said. I'm going to leave it alone.
Then saith Jesus unto him, Get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve.
Now, what Jesus was saying, devil, get away from me with your lies, your negativity, your sickness, because it's already written that I'm healed. It's already written I'm blessed. It's already written that I'm anointed because I'm a God. And I got to walk in that God fellowship. I got to walk in the anointing of God. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Get Matthew 6:33. I'm going to leave you alone. This is some heavy stuff I'm dropping on you this morning. This is heavy stuff. When you understand this, why Matthew 6:33, it said what?
So that's 6 and 33 or 16 and 33?
Now, 6th chapter and 33 verse.
Okay.
See, Matthew finna tell you what God was saying. See, when you are God, you think different. Not because you're a Christian, because you're spiritual. You see things in a different way. Where the doctor said you can't get well, God done told you heal. See, when Kayla and them went to see, they said, we can't go to crickets or the giants. But the other come back and said, well, we can take it under the power of God. You got it?
Yeah.
Read it.
But seek ye first the kingdom of God.
Seek first the kingdom of God. Stop. The righteousness, the kingdom. That means that you can't walk like you're a bum. You got to walk like you're God. You got to speak like you're God. When you speak like you're God, everybody's going to say, oh, he crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy because I know who I am. See, I'm crazy because I know what I'm about. I'm crazy because I know where I'm going. So when you start speaking as a God, all the stuff that you want, you speak it. See, read on.
But seek ye first the kingdom of God.
Seek first the kingdom of God. Reading, you got to seek the first the kingdom because you're a king. If you got a king, if you're a king, you got a kingdom. If you're God, you got subjects. So you got to look out for your subject in the spirit realm. That reason you pray for your brother, you pray for somebody, because you over them. What you know, they don't know. You know God. They know physical stuff. But when you know God, you speak it, and it's going to flee. Read on.
And his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
And all, when you walk like a king in God's temple, ain't nothing you can't ask for. When you ask for, all the stuff going to be added to you. What stuff? Physical stuff. Now, whatever you want, you're going to get it. Because you have already set yourself up over the devil, over the dragon. So, I want to tell you, the giants had to die because they was evil. And the children from the giants, they died. Okay? In the caves in Europe, they found people 7 and 8 feet tall. giants. But the residue from them, that when the angels made it, when the angel made it with humans, after them women had baby, they died. So after the giants had children, they died. Okay, they was locked in because they was a cursed race. Okay, they was a cursed race.
Yeah.
And when they was cursed, that means that the angels. That's the reason that some of the residue Sodom and Gomorrah was them angels. No, they had interbreed, and they had become lovers of self. So God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because they lovers of self. When the angels came down, they didn't want to deal with the angel. They wanted to have the angel. So God destroyed him. So the giants was on the earth for real. They was on the earth and they was found in Europe.
They found them, right?
They wasn't found in Africa.
They found some here in the United States.
They found some in some part of down in Texas somewhere.
Yeah.
See, that's them giants. But they died out. And then they crossbreeded where you had eyes, double eyes, and 4 hands, because that's the curse. Now, let me tell you, them angels that breeded, this is what you don't understand. The angels that breeded, the angel brought magic, witchcraft. All them angels brought this to the earth. Murder, witchcraft, all them angels. All them fallen angels could do magic. That's where all that stuff come from. That's what people don't understand. That's where that stuff come from.